Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Marvel Fight, and today we're taking a look at new characters to enter the game. Today we're taking a look at Agent Venom. However, this review is going to go a little bit different than some of our other reviews go. Mainly because when I did my video yesterday talking about all the new characters and the new uniforms, at first I thought Agent Venom was going to be available for everyone, just like the regular characters are. However, I was mistaken. I didn't think to check that he would be a character that you have to get through, like you have to pay for, basically. You get the monthly bonus deal, where you get the 20 biometrics daily. This is how you can get Agent Venom. Personally, I think that absolutely sucks, because I really do want to get Agent Venom. Some of these characters that have or that you can only get through the monthly bonus thing, you know, some of them it's you know, that's not a character where it's like I really want to get him. But Agent Venom is one I'm really disappointed it did make it. Like, I mean, yes, that makes him more desirable, and I guess I can see from a business standpoint that people would be like, yeah, alright, maybe these people will actually pay to get this character. But just in general, I think that it kind of sucks, because Agent Venom is a character that all people want to get, like Venom. One of the more popular Marvel characters, at least in my opinion. So I'm kind of disappointed that we can't get him this way. However, we're still going to get to be able to take a look at his stats and itself. We just won't be able to take him directly into battle, but we'll still get to take a look at him. And actually, in a way, I'd say this is almost advantageous for me, because I wish we get to take a look at a maxed out Agent Venom. So instead of just like a rank 1 or rank 2 and like a low level Agent Venom, we get to take a look at a maxed out Agent Venom, which is still pretty cool. So with all that said, we're going to move on. We're going to take him up here. I planned this out so he would be up here when I came back. By clicking on the characters on here, you can take a look at their stats. And one thing I love here is you can alternate them to put them at whatever level or rank you want. So we're going to take them up all the way to maxed everything, mastery, and even to tier 2. So this is what an absolutely maxed out Agent Venom looks like. Before we actually go over the stats themselves, let's take a look at the character. We took a look at him yesterday in the video, take a look at all the characters. But I still think this guy is a really cool character. In a way, he almost reminds me of the Destroyer, like kind of with the face in that. It makes me kind of think of him, and even just kind of generally the body and kind of some of the designs. It looks like it's got like some plating on it, like metal plating in that on him. So it's kind of a different design. I mentioned this again yesterday, that I was expecting kind of like an Agent Venom that was kind of more like the one in Contest of Champions, or in the I believe it's the the Ultimate Spider-Man. That's the TV series, the Ultimate Spider-Man TV series. I was expecting an Agent Venom more like that. However, this one is still cool. I wasn't quite sure what version it was. At first, I thought it was a Flash from an alternate universe, but when I did some research on him just before I did the video on that, I found out this is actually the same Flash Thompson that is from the same universe as the Spider-Man that we all know. This is just I guess an older, more experienced Flash Thompson Agent Venom character. From what I read, basically, eventually he goes on to work with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which now, to me, makes a lot of sense, actually, why they would bring this version out with the Guardians of the Galaxy update, because he works with the Guardians and that. So that was kind of something cool, but so I believe they called him Venom, Agent of the Cosmos. So basically, this Agent Venom, from my understanding, he travels throughout the galaxy now, saving people, like, shoot, what was it? They mentioned about him saving, like, transport ships that are under attack and all kind of stuff like that. But, one thing also mentioned is, Agent Venom would go to planets that basically, like, the symbiote and I guess in a way Flash Thompson sensed were in danger, so they could kind of sense when a planet was in danger, so they would go to that planet in order to save them. So it's kind of a cool character. And when I was looking at it, because earlier through the stuff that I was reading, it was talking about the Agent Venom that I thought it was going to be, but as I went down, this is a later version of Agent Venom. He's still quite a cool character. The design of that, I think, is very cool. I like the mix of the black and the white. For the back, I really like. I kind of like how they have the spider symbol on the back as well. And just, I don't even just like the whites on the palms of his hands. It all looks kind of cool. It makes him look threatening, but while he could move with like elegance and grace, or kind of like, it looks like a smooth finish for such a large character. So again, kind of like, I know I keep referencing Contest of Champions, I know, but even in that game, for the Venom character in that game, he's a big guy, but he moves with, it feels like with little resistance. All of his movements are smooth and fluent, and it feels like this character could do that as well. So, but yeah, so yeah, design-wise, I think he's very cool, and I kind of give you a little bit of a history on the character, because I wasn't sure what version of the character this was, so it's kind of interesting to learn that it wasn't an alternate, universe Venom. It was the same Agent Venom that we know, just a bit more, I'd say, matured, or at least more experienced Agent Venom, but let's go over the stats here. Like I said, we get to take a look at a maxed out Agent Venom, which is pretty cool. So this is the level 60 6-star Agent Venom, full mastery, tier 2. This is awesome, but we got physical attack 7,239, physical defense 4,399, energy defense 3,959, and health 20,965. That is a lot of health, though. I actually think my Hulkbuster, he is almost maxed out. If he's not maxed out already, he's pretty close. I think there's just a bit of I think I just need to take him to tier 2, but I think everything else on my Hulkbuster is maxed out, and I think he might actually have a little bit more health than Agent Venom does. So, I mean, that's not completely surprising considering how armored the Hulkbuster is, but he's still got quite impressive amount of health. Let's take a look at his skills here. We've got his leader ability called Sense of Duty, applies to all allies, increases by 30% of physical attack. We've got a couple passive abilities here. I believe this would be his 4-star ability called Venom Frenzy. Activation rate 30% chance when attacking, applies to self, recovers by 15% of max health over 1 second, increases all attacks by 12%, all speed by 12%, and critical rate by 12% for 10 seconds. Has a cooldown time of 10 seconds as well. This other passive ability, this is the tier 2 ability called Space Knight, applies to self, increases critical damage by 15%, increases guaranteed critical rate by 30%, and it says it enhances effective skill of Venom Frenzy. So if you have this one, the Venom Frenzy is going to be even more powerful. So that is an awesome thing to have there. Take a look at the physical or the active abilities. These are all of his attacks. First up, this is his 1-star ability. We got Symbiote Restraint. Physical damage, 70% of physical attack, additional 71 physical damage, cooldown time 7 seconds. 2-star ability, we've got Venom Lash, physical damage, 60% of physical attack, additional 142 physical damage, cooldown time 8 seconds. 3-star ability, we've got Thorn Shield, apply to self, guard against 5 hits for 5 seconds, 5 hits or 5 seconds, physical damage, 152% of physical attack, additional 142 physical damage. So it sounds like it gives you a bit of a shield, but it does do some damage as well. So maybe he attacks and then kind of leaps back and applies the shield. So that's one we'll have to look at. But this one has actually quite a long cooldown time of 15 seconds. So I'm guessing it does have a shield. That's why the cooldown time is so long. But next up, we got, this is his 4th attack, or I believe this would be his 5-star ability. We've got Venom Swing, physical damage, 74% of physical attack, additional 24 physical damage, cooldown time 10 seconds. And last but not least, this is his 6-star ability, Symbiote Rage, applies to enemies, stunned for 2 seconds, that's always nice to have, applies to self, invincible for 5 seconds, that is awesome, physical damage, 140% of physical attack, additional 48 physical damage, and cooldown time, another long one, 18 seconds, so he's got a couple here that cool down over quite a bit of time, but his regular ones last about the average, about 6 or 7 seconds, so... But yeah, so here you go, that is the absolutely maxed out stats of Agent Venom. I did read a little bit over this part yesterday, but I guess we can read over it again. His real name is Eugene Flash Thompson, height, he's 6'2", weight 158 pounds. Flash Thompson is a war veteran who lost his legs in Iraq protecting an ally from enemy fire. While bonded to the Venom symbiote, Flash gains the ability to reproduce his legs as well as gains all the abilities of the symbiote that had once bonded with Spider-Man. In addition to his other worldly powers, Flash is a trained sharpshooter and a skilled hand-to-hand combatant. So this kind of builds a little bit more on the history that I gave you guys a bit of information about earlier. But I believe, at least at this point, that is about it, I think. Unless you, or I guess I can maybe show you guys this. These are the team bonus, or the team bonus matchups for Agent Venom. I'm not going to read over all of them, but you can scroll down here and you guys can check them out. So if you don't have Agent Venom, or if you're trying to decide if Agent Venom would fit in with your top team, here are the guys that he has bonuses with. If your top team manages to consist of any of these teams up here, Agent Venom might be the perfect fit for you. So hopefully that will help you guys out a little bit. But with all the stats gone over, let's go ahead and take a look at his skills in the skill previewer. Like I said, because this video is going to be a little bit different than our regular reviews, we're not going to get to actually take him into battle, and sometimes that is nice to do, because then you kind of get to see what kind of damage he can do. However, at least by going into the skill preview, we get to take a look at his skills and get a feel of what he looks like. That is a cool intro. Anyway, I'm kind of expecting this guy to be a little bit, or have a bit of rage to him. Like, I mean, yes, Agent Venom is a good guy, but it's still the same symbiote that created the villain Venom. So he's got some rage in him, and he is not afraid to let loose on his attackers, or his opponents, pardon me. So, but yeah, let's zoom in on the character. Let's see. He's walk around. He's not anything different from other characters we had before, but he just looks so cool. And I still really wish this character was available for any player to get, but I guess we still get to take a look at him, so I guess I'll have to do. Maybe one day if the channel goes far enough and I can put money into the games, or money I get from the channel into the games, then we'll be able to get characters like this. So I don't know, that might be coming up soon, but let's go ahead. Let's start taking a look at his attacks. Let's start off with his basic attacks. So it looks like he charges in. We'll back up a little bit. He charges in, kind of gives him a big shoulder charge, and then he has 3 swipes that he uses. One right, left, and then kind of an uppercut swipe. And it looks like these do apply, or this Venom Frenzy. So that one does pop up, and it also looks like it could cause some debuffs on the enemy. So that, for a basic attack, that's pretty impressive. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at it. The first attack now. Here we go. Let's see what this thing can do. Ooh, that was actually nice. So it looks like basically like he shoots out, I guess, webs or like tentacles of this the Venom symbiote, and it looks like it pulls in all of your opponents in, and then allows you to attack them at close quarters. So if you have some guys that are a little ways away, you can pull them in and bring them in for attack. And it looks like it can pull on multiple people depending on who is in the area of the attack. It looks like if we can get 2 there, let's see, can we get any more than 2? Ooh, we got 4 there. So yeah, so I guess it's whoever's in the range of this attack will be pulled in. So that is a nice ability. Let's go second ability now. Let's attack this guy here. Whoa, so it looks like he's got kind of an so it looks like he's got like an uppercut where he kind of drags his hand in the ground, so he's kind of scratching the ground, then he swipes up with his claws, and then he kind of, or I guess he extends his arm into like a giant whip, and then it comes smashing down on the opponent. So far I'm happy with Agent Venom. I was expecting him to be a cool character. I was hoping he wasn't going to be one of those characters that I expected to be cool and ended up being a disappointment, but so far he's pretty cool. He's pretty, I guess, Venom-y, I mean, it's kind of what you would expect out of the character, but let's go ahead now and let's do third attack. Let's attack these guys because they're all in a bunch here. Third attack. So there we go. That was the one with the shield. So this is the one that has the 15-second cool time. This is cool, actually. I do really like this one. So he smashes down, and then he has, like, tentacles going everywhere, attacking everybody. And then the shield applies after, which is actually a really good attack. This is one, if you get, like, a bunch of them in a group like this, you can just go smack dab in the middle and hit a whole bunch of them. I like that because it's got a radius to it. It's not just a select just what's in front of you. You know, it's a complete, or it gets the whole radius around you. That's what I'm looking for. And then the shield after is always helpful. Any shield that you can get for any amount of time is helpful in the game. So actually, I'd say so far, third attack is probably my favorite out of the 3. It is a very good attack all around. So let's see if the fourth and fifth attacks can't do any better. Let's hit fourth first, and then we'll get down to the last one. Here we go, number 4. Okay, so that one was a little interesting. So, as you saw, he kind of swings up on with his webs, and then it looks like, I want to say he's giving off like parts of the symbiote, but that's kind of what he's doing. Like multiple parts like the symbiote or something, they fly off of his body and they go attack multiple enemies. That one's a little interesting. I still say I like the third attack more than that fourth one, but if this fourth one can do a nice amount of damage, then I guess it's alright. But let's bring all the guys together one last time and get this last one on, because usually these last ones are pretty massive. Excuse me. So we might get to see a large attack. I'm hoping just by the little picture there, I'm hoping maybe it's like he kind of like basically summons like tentacles or claws or I don't know, or legs or something out of the ground, and it has a large radius. So let's see what number 5 can do. Whoa! 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 That was awesome! I want to see that again. So at first I was like, okay, that's nothing like what the picture looks like, but then it does exactly what it says, or what I thought it was going to do. That is awesome. So he starts off, he's jumping around everywhere, attacking, and then he just basically, look at, well, I mean, you can see it. He gets, like, I can't put it to words. He gets so angry. I guess he looks like he's getting angry, or he's just pumped or something. And then there's just, like, tentacles and arms coming out from the ground, and it's awesome. That is a awesome attack. It's better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be just kind of like one hit, like he just does it once and they all come up, maybe swing around for a second, and then it's gone. But that is a much longer attack than what I thought it was gonna be. So I'd say actually, yeah, now 5th one is my favorite. The 3rd one I still like very much, but I just want to watch this again. He zips around, and then he just absolutely annihilates everyone, like the spikes, like, I'll call them spikes. It happens twice, which is awesome. So, and it's got a large radius as well, so that is an absolutely amazing attack. I mean, for an attack like that, I guess I can see why they would want people to pay for him. Still, it is kind of annoying that we can't get this guy, because he is awesome. I'd say the 5th and the 3rd attack are definitely my favorite. Both of them have a radius, so it's like an attack. Like, I like to be able to do attacks where I could basically just run into a bunch of enemies, do it, and it hits like everyone around me. I really like attacks like that. So I'd say for me, the 3rd and the 5th attack are awesome. The 5th attack just has so much going on that it looks like it could do a crap ton of damage. And the 3rd attack, having that shield added on after, is a nice bonus to have. I mean, any attack where you can get like a shield or you can stun your opponents is an awesome ability to have. But I guess with all the attacks looked at, that is Agent Venom. All of his attacks maxed out, or at least we saw the maxed out stats, and we got to take a look at all of his abilities in the game. Unfortunately, we can't take him into battle because basically right now I can't get him, because at this point I'm not going to put money into the game. But like I said, if, you know, the channel gets to a certain point where I can't put money back into my games, I definitely will do that. But I'm still happy we got to take a good look at him. We got to take a look at the stats, which normally we wouldn't get to. So I'm pretty happy this time. If or I should just hold this. If we don't have the character, we don't normally get to take a look at the stats. So I'm pretty happy that we got to take a look at that today. But yeah, I guess with everything looked at, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots of it coming out all the time, so feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, stay tuned for the Whiplash and Mantis reviews, which will be coming out. I'm not sure if they'll be coming out today, but at least tomorrow. Whiplash I have ready for the review. And then Mantis I still need to earn, so as soon as I get her, there'll be a review out on that. But at least expect Whiplash tomorrow. And yeah, I guess last but not least, you can check us out on Facebook at Mr. Smiley Co. right there in the bottom right corner of your screen. Also, I forgot about this. You can let me know what you think about Agent Venom in the comments below. And if you have any requests or suggestions for future videos, you can also leave those in the comments below. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So once again, that is Agent Venom in Marvel Future Fight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.